Tsunami is also just a weird name in general. Like, what other ethnicity, American, French, French is not ethnic, just like, like
It's a distinct
Hispanic food.
culinary style.
Yeah, like what other culinary style is there where let's name our heritage and our presence to the name of label people can recognize us by a natural disaster, right? Like you don't have like a burger place called Earthquakes, right? You don't have, uh, does Florida have any restaurants called Hurricanes?
I mean, I don't know.
I know there's a college named after
buddy,
one.
We're in a democratic society in America, and we definitely go to the Burger King. I mean, that is
Oh
celebrating a
my God.
monarchy.
I gotta let that one seep in. Holy God. Oh God. Oh God, it's in me. I've been eating so many Whoppers this whole time.
Oh,
This whole time.
this whole time.
You know what's weird? We ate recently, my wife and I, at Willie Taco, and I had
Willie, a very, very Hispanic name.
a grilled wedge salad, and I swear the food came out and it looked really good. And by the way, it was like also soggy because if you don't eat a wedge salad pretty quickly, like the effect wears off, right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, this is charred. Oh, this has got a good taste. It smelled like a Whopper.
Oh,
Like, I don't remember the last time. I don't know the last time you ate fast food, but like for me, I haven't had Burger King in years.
I had a Popeyes chicken sandwich for lunch today.
Oh, that's good though.
That was pretty good.
That was good, I
It
bet,
was
right?
An excellent sandwich.
Like, I went to a fantasy draft in that was like right outside of Malden, South Carolina recently, not knowing they had a Popeyes in Malden, South Carolina, and I was really upset that I had a healthy dinner instead. So, but that being said, I remember time I was like, this smells like a Whopper. She was like, why would you know that? I was like, because it's like the fat kid in me can still smell those like memories. Like I'm like a cat, right? Like those memory glands in your like nose, right? The little thing where cats
do you make the like the grimace face? You make the cat grimace face whenever you smell something especially strange.
Yeah, I'm like, I really want to memorize this Whopper smell and make that smell. Yeah. This is great visuals for a podcast. By the way, this episode is Tsunami, if you haven't been able to tell. This is the voice of Andrew Van and Larry Simonson here.
Oh.
Was that a sexy yo?
Yo.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, it's in keeping for Tsunami, a great date restaurant.
I love that you're wearing a NASA shirt because you generally love space, but yet this generation, what is it called? What is this generation? Generation Z? Like, we're millennials.
We're millennials.
I'm barely a millennial.
You're kind of, you're on that edge of millennial.
Shut
Gen
up.
Z. Or Gen
X. Suck
Yeah.
it. Anyway, but what's like the new generation? Like my kids, like Z?
Oh, your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that there's necessarily a name for them
So
yet.
like, but I've seen teenagers wear like NASA shirts. I'm like, go F yourself.
Oh, man, what? No, let kids be interested in space.
They're not though, Larry. They bought that shirt from Hot Topic because I've seen them at Hot Topic when I walk by and go, what's that smell? When I walk by Hot Topic,
No.
that leathery like strip club smell.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
that smells like a place that sells sex toys.
You know what? We're not gonna do Tsunami. We're gonna do Hot Topic.
We're gonna do Hot Topic in the Haywood Mall.
You know, I wouldn't say no to that if we did that one day. But today's episode is Tsunami, one of Greenville's longest open running Japanese and sushi restaurants in town.
I think that's true. Feels true.
I mean, it was around when I was in high school, and I'm in my late 30s now.
Fun alchemy backstory here. That was the after bar. That was the after show bar for a long time. Like that. Like anytime we went to an alchemy show and everybody went out afterwards, that tended to be the restaurant bar that we went to.
Is that where like the fellas went and be like, oh, I just had like a hot set. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Tsunami and like drink my ass off.
I don't know
like,
whose choice it was. If it was like an Underwood and Meg Pearson thing, I think they really liked it.
Oh, I remember those days because it was there, and then right next door were DT's, right? Dixie
Dude,
Tavern.
Don't shit on DT. Oh, well, DT's is
There's
different from
DT's
Dixie's
Tavern, and then Dixie's Tavern. That's now Maple Street. Yeah,
right.
Biscuit.
Dixie's Tavern is no more. DT's is a completely different bar.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, why would you name one DT's and then right across is Dixie's Tavern?
One was a franchise. Dixie's Tavern.
But that was
is
unrelated.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea.
That's like having a Burger King and then you get a franchise and you call it BK's across the street. That's right. That's called a callback, ladies and gentlemen. Take that joke right there, royalty.
Oh, yeah, we're coming for your monarchy.
So this podcast, if you've never listened to it before, we like to read the bad reviews of good, legit businesses we genuinely love. I mean, occasionally we're going to read some reviews on some businesses we don't care about, like GameStop in the past episodes there. Shout out. I don't know why I'm shouting out myself. Shout out to myself.
Shouting out to previous episodes that we have produced.
Hey, we've done over 60 episodes. I'm very proud of all 60. Oh, maybe about 2 of them I'm not really proud of. But I'm proud of all 60 of the rest of them.
What are we going to do for our very special episode?
The 100 one?
No, the 69th.
Nice.
Nice.
We just say nice a bunch of times. We say nice
It's actually,
for 60.
the name of it is Nice. And everybody goes, I don't know that restaurant.
And we say it for 69 minutes. 69 whole minutes of just nice.
But with different intonations. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
We'll get 69 people that we know to contribute to it as well. All right, so going back to this, that should be edited
So
out.
Tsunamis, let's learn
Yes.
something about this restaurant from the 1-star reviews, and also just pick on people who are entitled.
Yes. Overrated! 6 exclamation points. The service is awful. Me and our friends, what? Me and our friends. Great grammar. Me and our friends were there like 2 hours. Our waitress never filled up our water. The sushi tastes bad. The fish is dry, and they put way too much sauce on top of the sushi. All I taste is the sauce, not my food. There are far better options downtown.
Cool.
I like the way me and our.
Mm-hmm. Me and our friends.
Me, like, that's like very caveman-y and Encino Man. Me and our friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've got one that can top that.
Oh,
it's
God.
short, and it gets really to the point of it. Went here for dinner tonight, and it gave me good positioning.
Okay, keep that in the bedroom there.
No.
That we don't need to know what
100%.
position.
That was an autocorrect, and it was supposed to be food poisoning, but instead they got good positioning.
I wish we could comment on these like a Facebook thread, because I would put nice on that one.
Or a Reddit chain. Or
Yeah. I'd just be like,
thread.
nice. And they'd be like, what? And they're like, they wouldn't get that they messed up. So, it is what it is. Ordered for takeout. They told me it's going to be 20 minutes. Came back to pick up, needed to wait 35 minutes. Just tell the people from the beginning how long they need to wait. Okay, so it's a very good sushi restaurant. I don't think they're psychics, though. I don't think they can be like, I'm feeling 35. 35. That's the right answer. They just pull like tarot cards out as they give you a reservation time.
Here's one that's a little bit longer and definitely ties to the fact that I mentioned that there was a tsunamis in Colombia. Incredibly disappointed. I had the pleasure of dining at a tsunami in Colombia and thought this would be a comparable experience, and it was not. Once sat down, I was asked if I knew what I wanted and was directed to scan a QR code to access the menu, which I can appreciate, but that's as far as that goes. The staff were more interested in their phones than taking my order. The menu was overpriced for the amount you get, and the quality of the food was laughable. I ordered the beef lunch special and was greeted with a small mound of rice, a spoonful of oily vegetables, and an overcooked piece of ribeye. They didn't even ask how I would like the steak cooked, just immediately cooked it well done, which is a shame. The veggies and rice were bland, and the white sauce that came with it. The meal was watery, but tasty. I will definitely not be recommending this to anyone. I know and will still steer people clear if I can.
So they had a remarkable experience in Colombia. And I'm sure Colombia is like calling them going, bruh, I'm sorry, you okay?
So lunch special. I mean, this is basically hibachi what they're describing, yeah?
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing.
hibachi lunch?
You know what's funny? My wife jokes that, I mean, obviously she's glad she's met me for many reasons, but one in particular reason is because she didn't start eating more ethnic foods until I was in the picture more. And she's like, yeah, I think before, like, we would just eat, like, hibachi and that, like, we'd never explored sushi. And I was like, yeah, but, like, now it's, like, your favorite shit. She's like, yeah. In fact,
she's pretty great.
we're gonna go probably here for a date night soon. It's a pretty great place. We'll get there. We'll get to the positives in a second. This I'm gonna read because you're an environmental guy.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, I was about to claim this one.
Oh, fine. I'll let you claim it like a dog.
Yeah.
Why are you showing me your phone? I'm like,
That's the
see,
one?
I should. Yeah.
That's the one?
So
Okay.
why you don't need to claim it and show me
I
proof.
claim it.
Just don't even lick your phone. Stop.
Hold on. Here's a review. No, I'm just fucking
Go
with you.
on.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, you go.
You're so excited about this one. And
The stir fry was tasteless and even worse. All our takeout came in styrofoam. Really? Styrofoam? We will not be eating here again.
So, what's your take on styrofoam takeout?
I think styrofoam honestly does need to genuinely be phased out as a product. It is literally made from petrochemicals. There is no reason for it to exist. It
And
is literally pumping ancient material out of the ground, creating plastic from it, and then throwing it away immediately.
and if I'm not mistaken, like if it's a really hot dish, let's say hibachi, and it gets thrown right into the styrofoam, that kind of melts into your food.
It melts into your food, so it adds. Now you're ingesting more microplastics.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, you can't heat it up in the microwave. You can't do shit with it. So, like, styrofoam is kind of the worst. It's just incredibly cheap to make. That's the only reason that it exists.
Now, I've ordered takeout from there several times. I never ordered hibachi from there because I'm like, why would I get hibachi when I know the sushi's really good?
Right.
But I'm trying to remember. I'm sure in the past I have seen them actually put a layer of aluminum foil on the bottom of the tray. That makes a difference though, because then like that won't melt you can't melt the foil into the the styrofoam.
I mean, I'm curious to see whether this person. Okay, hold on. I gotta see. Have they reviewed any other place and shat on? Oh, the only other places that this person has reviewed are doctors and foot doctors specifically.
What's up with your feet? You gotta like be really mean at foot doctors.
What? I think that and a spinal fusion. All right, that's enough. I'm not gonna give any more details here, but like they don't review any other food places to complain about their styrofoam.
You can't like say that and then like leave us hanging.
I'm sorry, but like I'm not gonna give personal details about this person. But apparently they have some medical issues that they're going to a lot of doctors and reviewing a lot of doctors for.
But to be fair, they're not bad reviews. This is the only bad review. Was just this one takeout incident.
They felt very strongly about their doctors.
5-star orthopedic review.
Very strongly about styrofoam.
5-star OBGYN. 5-star MD. 5-star housemaid service. Oh, and 5-star nail salon. Good for them. They're not racist. That's a backward racist joke, guys. Right? Just to assume. Food is poor. By the way, poor spelled P-O-R-E. Food is poor. Pure. Let's just go with pure. Well, food is pure.
No, it's pure. It's poor. It's poor because it's very porous. It's rice. It absorbs.
Food is poor. Sushi was poor. No, hold on.
Wait, spelled correctly.
Wait, I think she did mean that way. It says food is poor, and then the next thing is sushi was poor,
but spelled correctly.
Yeah, and warm. Rolls, rollless
with an E.
Yeah,
like a Rolls Royce.
What language are we in? I bet she spells theater with an R-E at the end. Anyway, rollless, where what?
You're so mad.
My head hurts reading this. I can't even get past the second sentence, third sentence. I don't know why I'm doing my Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know why. What's the thing? Who knows? Rollless, where overcooked and chewy. Absolutely a waste of money and time to come here. Will never come back. That first 3 sentences hurt so much just getting out. Wow. She must have been really upset. Like, to the point where just, nah. Even autocorrect was like, nah, I don't want to help.
Maybe she'd had a couple drinks and then wrote the review.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here's a review.
Uh-huh.
We were sat in the corner of the restaurant. We waited 10 minutes for someone to come take our order. Nobody came, and then we moved tables, and we had to walk up to go to get a waiter to get our order. The waitress finally came, and she said that the male hostess never told her that he sat us down. The blonde waitress was clueless. She had no idea about the food that was on the menu, took our order, brought the wrong order out, and my friend ordered some sushi she never put it in. She said the computer went down, and that's why she forgot to place the order. The tables we were sitting at had a smell to it. We had to get the black guy to clean our table. Service was awful. The guy that was cleaning the tables very nice and professional.
We had to get the black guy.
Yup. That was also all one sentence.
Wow.
Response from the owner. Hi. I apologize about the experience you had. I think I remember you guys because the server told me that the host forgot to tell her that he seated you guys. She is the newest member of our server staff, and it is my fault for not providing her enough training and for not being able to overlook the situation. I wish you have asked for the manager so I could have had a chance to apologize to you in person. We have been working on this matter, and I have been stressing the importance of good communication between the staffs to minimize these mistakes. Thank you again for your feedback, and I hope you guys come back again.
I'm sorry. I'm so rattled so by the black guy.
The black guy.
We had to get the black guy to clean our table.
I mean, yep.
Like, you could have just said we had to get a guy to clean our table. We had to get a guy to notice us.
You don't have to say, like, there's so many descriptors to it, too.
Yeah.
They clearly wanted the owner to, like, see this so they could be like, hey, these people.
Also, like, you said black guy. Like, what? Sorry. I know I'm, like, egging this one on, but good Lord.
Yeah.
There's just, ugh.
We had to get the black guy to clean our table.
Ugh. Wow. All right. That was
all right.
That was a little fun. Was not impressed. Had heard if you like so-and-so, go here. What? Was not impressed. Had heard if you like so-and-so, go here. The pictures are from after we tried our food. Rubber shrimp and chewy chicken. Even my salad was swimming. Medium rare filet was okay. Needless to say, $144 without alcohol for food. No one ate, not even the kids' chicken fingers. The white sauce was super watery and tasted like it may have been next in the dishwasher. I just learned that they have chicken fingers. I might order that this weekend.
That feels like one of those like gimmies that they have that for like if family brings a kid or something.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, I wonder what chicken fingers taste like with Japanese white sauce. Which, by the way, like for all who don't know, is like bullshit, right? Like we all know Japanese don't eat white sauce in Japan.
No, that's 100% a white people thing. We were like, how could
Thank you.
How could we insert?
You said it, not me.
How could
What?
we insert mayonnaise into this? How could we have more mayonnaise?
I mean, don't get me wrong, mayonnaise is delicious.
And if you don't think white sauce is mayonnaise, I have news for you. It's mayonnaise.
Well, almost like mayonnaise isn't like in everything. Like I have a friend who used to be a food chemist at the Duke Mayonnaise Factory, or CF Soy, or whatever the technical name is called, and like they make everything with mayonnaise. Like there's mayonnaise in you right now, Larry.
Oh, no doubt.
You were made with
buddy,
mayonnaise.
I said I had a Popeye's chicken sandwich for lunch. What do you think the spicy sauce it has a little bit of?
Hell yeah.
It definitely has a little bit of mayonnaise in it. Here's one for you. It's a little bit long, but I think it's really a journey and an explanation of like, hey people, when you go out to eat, sometimes hell is other people. One of the worst dining experiences of my life. My grandson chose this restaurant for his 21st birthday dinner. The food was good, but not great. I've had better at much lower costs. The service was lousy. The atmosphere was that of a beer dive. A beer dive. Not a nice restaurant. A large table of young adults, who acted like they were in a football stadium, was seated behind us. We couldn't even carry on a conversation at our table, as they literally yelled profanities to the top of their lungs to others in their party seated at the opposite end of the table. When my son-in-law complained to the owner, one of their party yelled, "You're the ones making a scene," and one of the quote-unquote ladies, parentheses, I use the term lightly, as she was obviously pregnant and drinking sake, in parentheses, yelled, "We are not at your house." Exactly, you're in public, where there are other patrons that deserve a peaceful dining experience. Does no one have any consideration for others anymore? Well, the owner did nothing about the middle school-esque 30-somethings, who then increased the volume of their vulgarities out of spite. As we rose to leave, the rowdy crowd started yelling at us. So she, the owner, literally shoved me out the door before they became violent, while the inept red-haired waitress, weighed down with body piercings, made a snide comment, something to the effect of, "Y'all need to go." She was right, we did. Only we should have gone long before that, so we wouldn't have to regret the spending of one thin dime in this low-class establishment. Never again.
All caps. Never again.
Oof. So,
have you ever had a dining experience ruined by youngsters?
I would actually argue to say that at Tsunamis, I have definitely been a table of 12 loud improvisers and have probably ruined the dining experience of someone else.
Where were you 6 years ago?
Where was I 6 years ago? Oh, no.
That's when this review was written.
Oh, no. This was
you would have been in your mid-20s.
I love that they chose to go to a bar restaurant for
Mhm.
their grandson's 21st birthday, and then were surprised when there were other people who were drinking. P.S. When you're pregnant, you are actually allowed to have a little bit of alcohol. If that was like her one glass of sake, she's allowed to imbibe in whatever she's allowed to imbibe in.
Just the one.
What is this world coming to? This person definitely took this review to really point out the flaws and her upsettedness with a larger commentary on the world around her.
Wasn't impressed. Wasn't worth $17 and a 2-hour wait. Reply. It was a Thursday night. Reply from herself, by the way. This is not the owner's reply. Reply. It was a Thursday night. No problem getting our table, but getting the food took almost 2 hours. Half of my table's food was cold, and one didn't even get what she ordered. It wasn't worth sending it back because of how long it took and waited. We had waited originally. Sad face with like 4 mouths. Owner response. I am so sorry that you had to wait for that long time. Was it during the weekend? Clearly not. Oh, I guess she wrote the reply after she wrote this. So,
yeah.
did you have to wait 2 hours to get the food table or for the food? I am there every day, and I've never had anyone wait for 2 hours for a table in the past and 2 hours for the food. Otherwise, the server would have told me. If you could please provide me details with the incident, I would definitely look into the matter and fix the problem right away.
Yeah, we talked about this. You recently released the Bimini's episode, and we talked about like our drop dead time for like if you're waiting for a table, what your drop dead time would be.
Yeah.
And it's like half an hour, give or take. And then like if you're waiting for food for 2 hours, holy shit! Like what place are you waiting for food for 2 hours? That feels like a hyperbole.
I can't remember the last time I waited that long for food to come out. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I do remember one time I went to a pizza place, Grimaldi's, and it was when they first opened, like within the first couple months. And I went with a friend.
I think you told me about this because you were going to a movie.
Yeah, and we got our salads, and then the pizza did literally take right at a little over an hour.
Oof.
And the entire time, the waiter never came back to like check on us because I think they were like ashamed.
Oh no!
And they knew, and they even came out, and they were like, at the final half an hour, like, so sorry about your wait, but the pizza should be here in a minute. Like, we just so backed up, and like they made the pizza, I think, and then they didn't make it right, so they put it back in again. I'm like, cool, you could have like told us.
You know, it's like any relationship, management of expectations, right? If you're gonna work late, let your wife know that you're gonna work late. If your pizza's gonna take an hour to come out, maybe say, hey, there's a huge line. Your pizza, in all seriousness, might take a long time.
No. They did exactly right. Scuttle in the corner, hope that no one sees them, and just pray no one brings it up.
Which is how if you don't tell your wife that you're coming home late from work, that's how you enter the house. You scuttle in.
Oh, I scuttle in. I'm the best scuttler of all time. You got another one there?
I do. This is a short review that starts out as if it's going to be a long review. First, I will start with the atmosphere. It is noisy, loud, and clearly overpacked. I ordered teriyaki chicken and it was slimy. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. Frowny face. I'm starting to notice a little bit of trend on the overpacked / noisiness of this place. And I could say that when I have been there in a crowded evening, it can get a little bit raucous in there.
See, it's been a while since I've had that because I think it's because maybe I'm in my late 30s now. Like when I do go to Tsunami, we go at like 5 or 5:30.
You avoid the peak times.
Well, I mean, when I used to perform improv with you at Alchemy Comedy, like I would be most of the time in like the 7:30 show. So we get there around like 6:45, 7 to kind of talk, rehearse, kind of go over notes, that kind of stuff. So I would have to eat at 5 in order to get a meal and be done by like 6:15, then go walk over. So I didn't have giant bloated sushi belly and feel sick and vomit everywhere. But yeah, so I got kind of used to that. But in general, I can't remember the last time I ate the sushi belly. Now I do remember one experience I had that was really funny. And I say funny, and if she's listening, I am so sorry. It was like 7 years ago, and I was with a girlfriend at the time, mutual friend Lena, and we were eating with some friends. It was after a show, right? One of those, you mentioned, Underwood and Meg, be like, oh, let's go to Tsunami. I think it was definitely one of those.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jason was dating his now wife at the time, but she was there. I remember, for some reason, she was kind of sitting next to Lena. and the waitress, as we were finishing our food, like zoned out, and she picked up the plate and like tilted her wrist and didn't pay attention for like a solid like 2 seconds, but like the sauce from the plate ran down Lena's blouse, all of the front of her blouse, and we were just like, what? Like we were trying to like point it out, like what are you doing? And she's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and like Lena just like had this like face of like, I want to fucking kill. Like we gotta go. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You smell like fish. I'm sorry. Let's go. And that was probably the only bad time I've ever had at Tsunami. But it didn't like deter me to be like, well, that was my worst experience. I'm not gonna go back.
That's in the category of like, if the service is iffy, try it again, because it may be that you had somebody new or who wasn't very good, and if that's the case, they're not gonna be there long.
So here's my
get better.
Speaking of which, here's the last review I'll read. This is from 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The worst experience at any restaurant I've had in a long time. The establishment was louder than any bar/club in Greenville. The waiter couldn't even hear that I ordered an appetizer. I had a glass full of semi-sweet tea. Parentheses, I asked for sweet tea. Parentheses, and no ice. It melted within 2 minutes. Ampersand, what is it? With the little ampersand. A large party in the back was screaming, quote, show your tits, quote, for 2 minutes straight. Everyone was looking at them, but the waiters did nothing. I wanted to leave so bad. It took me 10 minutes to find a parking spot because there's no dedicated parking. There's no dedicated parking like anywhere down there. Shut up. Avoid this place. I eat everywhere and review the good and the bad.
There's several comments in here that are like, maybe downtown scene might not be your thing, honestly.
Yeah.
But the show, oh man, this is from 7 years ago.
Yeah.
This definitely was my crew. Show your tits. Yeah, definitely sounds like our crowd.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I have a review from the famous actor Doug Jones, the famous contortionist actor who was in Star Trek Discovery as I can't remember what that character's name is, but he also plays the fish guy from like Hellboy.
He plays the fish guy in everything.
Abe Sapien.
He is a fish guy.
Yeah, Doug
Look
Jones.
at him.
Holy crap, Doug Jones came to Greenville and left Tsunami a 1-star review. I am an avid sushi eater. If vibrant means having 8 to 12 sushi orders for other tables lined up on the sushi bar that you are eating, then I am not a fan. Then having a waitress constantly reach over you and around you to get their orders, not a relaxing environment. The quality of the fish is so-so, and the roll list is what I consider very foo-foo. There was hardly any nigiri going out, and the sashimi platter was marginal. No uni. What sushi restaurant doesn't carry uni? It's a sea urchin roe.
Thank you.
Which I am pretty sure they have at that restaurant.
What I mean, honestly, what kind of place doesn't carry uni?
What kind of sushi place doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
A cheap one. I don't know. I don't know. It's also possible that if there's like an issue with getting, it's possible it was the end of the week or something. I don't know.
So I'll say this: Tsunami is legitimately one of my favorite places to eat. In fact, if you actually go and look at highest rated reviews, I left one myself like 3 years ago. And I took a picture of my meal, which was a couple of pieces of sushi.
Oh, did you find your old review?
A Sea Buddy. And I always for like the last at least 5 years now, always get the stop, drop, and roll, which is it's like basically the kitchen sink. It's like everything good about a sushi roll wrapped up in tinfoil, and then they blaze it with lighter fluid at your table, and it is by far the best thing I eat at a sushi place. There's just like a great texture to it. It's like flame broiled, just like a Whopper. Call back.
Oh my God, a Whopper.
That's right.
Oh my God, you are a subject of the king.
That's right. I am loyal to the king. But I will say again, this place is a long staple of Greenville. I'm sure they probably had some ups and downs as we kind of read. I mean, and those reviews, a lot of them were old.
We pretty much went through almost all of the 1 stars.
They were old too. Like the one I read was 7 years ago. You read someone that was 6 years ago. So we can attest this through the fact finding we're going here. Yes, every place is going to have 1-star reviews, but if you really break through it, you're like, oh, like they haven't had some in recent memory, which is a good thing to show. And some of those were just kind of like crazy, like, oh, there's no dedicated parking. F this place. Like, really? Like, you must like not go downtown to a lot of places and all. Like
Well,
downtown.
I think they said loud and no parking, which if you go on the reviews, one of the most common tags is atmosphere.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of recent 5-star reviews saying that they love the atmosphere and that it was good.
And you know what? Maybe the person that was mad about the show your tits thing, maybe they were mad because they were yelling at him.
Yeah, that might be like another thing. We had several reviews where the people were complaining about other patrons.
Yeah.
Do you leave a 1-star review if the other patrons are the issue?
I would take into account that happened, but I would not blame the establishment.
Yeah, or like don't blame it if they're. I mean, if they're regulars, then that's maybe a problem.
Sure.
If every time you go, there's like a group of like 30-something-year-olds in a corner shouting, "Show us your tits." Yeah, maybe there's a problem. That I don't think that's the case every time.
If someone yelled that at me, I would consider it if they bought me shots. That's just me.
I would also say that and become best friends with that table.
Absolutely. That's how people used to make friends before Facebook, folks.
That's right.
All right. This is Tsunami. This is 1-star reviews. Give us a like, subscribe. Anything you already listen to our voices on, would it be Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest there. You already listen to our voices on. You already know what's going on. Just hit that subscribe. Give us a 5-star review. I thought Larry was going to say something because he like...
I was trying to think of another clever way that they could find us. Smoke signals.
Ooh. Yeah. Give like 1 puff of smoke. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 puffs of smoke in the air. More episodes. Check us out on all the things that I just listed us on there. We have tons of episodes in the tank before. Listen to the ones that are local to Greenville, South Carolina, because we love our city, but also maybe the ones that we don't care, like Waffle House. That was fun.
That was a fun one. So was Golden Corral.
Oh, God. Golden Corral. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Corral's kind of sad. I miss Caleb.
I miss Caleb, too.
Caleb, I miss you.
Caleb, we miss you.
Caleb, I miss you. We're just going to know.